am I logged in as Julie?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
There are 4 concurrent viewers. I don't know who you are, but you should chat with us. Put something in the chat.
Sign out.
Say it in the chat room.
I have to log in as me. I probably Facebooked on Julie's account, actually.
That's fine.
No, it was actually me. It was actually me. For once. I'm using my dang computer, woman. So we're live.
We've
been live. We've been live this whole time.
Well, I'm recording.
We've been live. We're going.
Now we have 2 concurrent viewers.
We're doing it live.
I don't even know how it sounds.
Well, we should test all that before, right? We're not amateurs. You're an amateur.
Now we have 0 concurrent viewers.
Yay! They popped in like, what is going on?
I'm recording. We've been live. We're going. Now we have 2 concurrent viewers.
We're doing it live.
I don't even know how it sounds.
Should test all that before, right? We're not amateurs. You're an amateur.
We have 0 concurrent viewers.
Yay! They popped in like, what? We know you guys want to log in and see an old man fumble around on a computer trying to log in to his YouTubes.
So you ready for this?
I'm always ready for this. Wait, first. I mean, when I said that, I didn't mean like I'm ready.
You kind of did, though.
Going to get Stampede podcast.
Oh, here it is.
Hey, you found it. Phone cord. Let's leave it alone. It always makes a weird noise.
But no one else can hear it.
But I can. That's the important part. That's the important thing.
I'm
if
sorry.
I can hear it. And if I can hear it, that means everyone can hear it.
I don't know. This will start recording if I plug it in. Hold on. That actually stopped us from recording.
Wow. What's up? You want to talk Star Wars? Star Wars. I like it as Star Wars. What?
I see you waving on the live stream right now.
Yeah, that's a delay, man.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
I think we're ready.
Are we ready, everybody? Yeah, I can hear it.
It's Siri. It's Siri.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so glad this is happening. Okay.
Stop it.
I gotta get back in the mode, dude. Oh, I don't even have other stuff listed up here.
Do you want me to punch you in the face?
No.
Oh, that was really loud.
Yeah, you're coming in hot. So loud.
Siri just keeps activating herself now.
She's going rogue. Siri has become self-aware.
Okay. I think we're good.
Cool.
Oh, what are you on? You better be ready.
Hi, and welcome to It's Going to Get Stupid. My name's Jose.
I'm Richard.
And this is your favorite pop culture podcast.
That posts, like, sometimes.
Yeah, woo, we're back. Kind of, not away. I mean, hey, look, we're busy all the time with children's and stuff.
And families.
And families and children's.
Yes.
And so
children's?
we got a
like
little
children's activities?
Yeah, Yeah, choo choo. I don't know why I did choo
Why,
choo.
why do you?
Like a train. Like I'm on a train.
Have you
at
ever
the
taken
zoo.
your kids on a train?
On a real train? No.
Yes.
On the train at the zoo? Yes.
Yeah.
Choo choo. I've been on a train before. You know what's hard about being on a train, Rick?
What's that?
Peeing.
Peeing
Standing
on a
up and
train?
peeing on a train.
I'm sorry.
Because you're swaying the whole time.
Mm,
It's really difficult.
that's disgusting.
Yeah. Well, it's like you're constantly moving.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh man, it's like a game. Kind of like a game. Can I make it in the bowl?
They should make that into the next battle royale.
Exactly.
There's just like 60 people standing on a train in front of toilets. And
who can get the most urine in the bowl? Wow, that's great. Starting the year off correct.
As soon as you pee outside the bowl, you get eliminated.
Oh man, oh that's terrible. I would lose right away because it was bad. Anyway.
What would be the bus? Like, how would you land into the game?
No, you'd enter the restroom. Everybody just enter the restroom at the same time, and then you hear zzz, or whatever women do. I have no idea, no clue. I don't know what they do.
They still unzip
Did
their
their
pants.
pants just maybe their pants
still
just fall
unzip their
down?
pants.
I don't know, dude.
This is going weird.
What do you expect? You started talking about a battle royale game where you peed everywhere. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. There's been a lot of things. We've watched a lot of movies, and we're ready. But unfortunately, a giant movie came out that we have to talk about today.
Yes.
Spoiler warnings. We're going to spoil Rise of Skywalker because we're going to discuss it. Probably not in as much detail.
We're not going to do like a play-by-play like we've done in the past.
We're just going to talk about, did we like the movie? Did we not like the movie? Because I don't know about you.
I feel like I'm going to get upset.
I don't know about you, but everybody has asked me, hey, did you like the movie?
Yeah.
They've also asked me if I've watched The Joker, and I haven't.
Neither have I.
And it's on my Vudu right now, and I still haven't watched it.
I don't really care to watch it.
I'm it's almost becoming like a thing where I don't want to watch it.
Like you have to not watch it.
Yeah, just because. Like it's just
like I'm not going to watch
it.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I watched that actually.
Yeah.
And it's my last movie, so I'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about Star Wars. So I want to just...
Where can they find us first?
Oh, yeah, wait. I was going to jump right in.
You were.
But let's stop, collaborate, and listen.
Wow. I'm about to disconnect
It's
this
Going to
podcast
Stupid
right
is back
now.
with a brand new edition.
Oh,
yeah, that's right. If you want to reach us to finish out those Vanilla Ice lyrics, you can hit us up on email at itsgoingtogetstupid@gmail.com.
You can find us on Twitter at IGTGS show.
Nice. You can...
Yeah, what's next, Jose?
You can book us in the face at It's Going to Get Stupid. At Facebook.com/It's Going to Get Stupid.
You can find us on Instagram at It's Gonna Get Stupid.
You can go to YouTube right now. Well, that's weird because you'd be watching us. Anyway, you go to YouTube and watch some of the live casts. You just type in It's Going to Get Stupid podcast. If you subscribe, though, you just get the notifications.
Yep.
Ooh.
Currently, it's only me and Jose that get the notifications.
Yep.
Every now and then we do show up on Twitch. Our username is It's Going to Get Stupid.
And you can go to our website, yes, we still have a website, www.itsgoingtogetstupid. Cool thing about that is you can listen to all the back episodes on the website as well.
And if you want to, because I spent like 10 minutes looking for this cable, you can call us at 281-698-7538, and we'll attempt to answer your call live
Call
on the
me
air.
now, like Cleo.
If you call
Cleo.
tonight, you will not only have the honor of being the first person to actually call besides my wife, but you'll be the last person to call in 2019.
Yeah, but not for the decade, because the decade does not end until December 31st, 2020. But whatever.
But you're one of these year zero. There's no year zero people.
There is no year zero.
I know. I'm just saying, like,
I'm not one of those people. That's just like the truth. That's like saying, "Oh, you're one of these round Earth people." Yeah, because
you are. Because the Earth is flat.
No.
The Earth is flat,
Whoa.
and there is a 200-foot ice wall surrounding the edge of it.
Why don't we just take part of that and put it in between us and Mexico? Is that not a viable thing to do? Why would we just do that?
Just extend the ice wall.
Yeah, obviously. Mexicans don't like the cold. It's okay. I'm half Hispanic. I can say that. Anyway,
I'm full Hispanic, and I won't say that.
Let's talk about Star Wars, because that is probably less political. Well, I don't know. It's probably more
not
politically
really.
divisive right now.
Yeah.
Star Wars did not get impeached.
It did
I know
not,
that for sure.
but it is about to get spoiled. So this is your last chance. If you have not seen the movie and you're a Star Wars fan, I don't know what you're doing with your life.
Oh, wow.
If you're just a casual moviegoer, then I'm sorry, but we're about to spoil
Once
it.
again, this podcast does not like poor people. Kind of like the ruined it. I'm coming out the gate tonight. I don't even care anymore. Point is, Star Wars. Okay.
Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker. Rick, hot take. Did you like this movie? Yes or no?
Loved it. Might be my favorite.
Favorite of all time?
Of all
of the
them.
all of the movies.
All
Rogue
of them.
One.
Yes.
Solo.
Yeah.
Joke.
That movie even exists.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about right now. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Last Jedi was my favorite prior to this one.
So my take is,
yeah,
Rise of Skywalker. I liked it as much as I liked Force Awakens, which is not a bad thing. I like Force Awakens.
Yeah, but Force Awakens wasn't memorable at all.
Yeah, it was. It was great.
Yeah.
You got introduced to Rey. You got introduced to Finn. You got introduced to all the characters, and it did remind me of old Star Wars. That's the thing.
Yeah.
This one reminded me of old Star Wars.
Yeah.
Last Jedi did not remind me of old Star Wars, and that's why I liked it a
Yeah.
lot. I didn't want old Star Wars. I wanted new Star Wars.
Is that like New Coke?
Like new Coke. So let's discuss some divisive things.
Okay.
Let's start out the gate. Spoiler. I mean, but like, is this even a
I
spoiler?
thought we were just going to say the entire review using the word spoiler.
That'd be great.
With different inflections.
Palpatine.
Yeah. Called it.
I know you called it.
I called it.
But I think it is important to know: was this the original direction, or did they add this in?
It does feel like they added it in. And I will say, after we first saw it, I had no complaints about the movie. I think I have two, but I can only remember one right now. My biggest complaint is how they introduced Palpatine back into the series. It was kind of like by the way, Palpatine's back.
It was in the crawl, dude.
And it's in the crawl.
Yeah.
Like they should have at least shown Kylo Ren like discovering the transmission or searching for it, or someone stumbling upon the fact that Palpatine is back and like letting somebody know, instead of jumping like BT dubs, Palpatine's back in the crawl.
Kylo's searching for him, and then he's just finds him. Like it instantly goes into finding him, and that was kind of like, I was like, okay, that's kind of weird.
That was a bit forced, and
wow.
I didn't like that part.
Yeah,
I didn't like that part.
I didn't like the crawl.
I like Palpatine coming back. That's fine.
No,
like I have no complaints about it. I have no complaints about that.
It was not. I mean, it was okay. I mean, it's not a big deal, honestly. It's cool. It's kind of interesting. There's no way he survives the ding. There's no way. Well, I guess if Leia survived in space, he gets okay. I'm fine. Okay, cool. He survived. I honestly liked him creating Snoke.
I do too.
It was pretty cool.
And using the Kamino and cloning chambers to do that.
Yeah, some throwbacks there. I really like that stuff. And the fact that like it's always been Palpatine.
Yeah.
It's always like he's been the puppet master from all.
I just think they could have done a better job of reintroducing him into the series.
Yeah. But I did like, if you think about it, so this is really, these 9 movies are all about Palpatine.
Mm-hmm.
If you really think about it.
Like he's the big bad.
He's throughout all 9 of them. He's the one intertwined with the Skywalkers. Which is interesting.
And so, and not to jump ahead, but it is fitting that he ends when they end.
Yeah. Well, they didn't end, Rick.
Well, they did.
Because whatever. Anyway, we'll get into that. So, Palpatine, cool. Yeah. We're both cool with that.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I don't think it was right the way that he was just kind of like out the gate. It was in the crawl, and then boom, they went right to it.
No, they shouldn't have done that. They should have given a little bit more justice. If he is this big bad, like they made him out to be, they should have given him more than like 2 lines of, by the way, he's back.
Yeah, it was just kind of weird.
Yeah.
Kylo putting the helmet back on.
I didn't have any issues with that.
So, let's talk about Kylo Ren for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, in this one, so basically he goes from, he really wants to be with Rey.
Yeah.
He feels like, it's kind of like a Anakin and Padme vibe for me.
Yeah.
Like he wants to rule the galaxy with her.
Yeah.
Together they can do it. So why is he following Palpatine? It's really weird. Like he's going under another puppet. Like I feel like he's being another puppet to, or did he just realize that Palpatine has always been there, pulling the strings? It feels like Kylo is letting himself.
But that's kind of who he is, though.
Like letting himself be.
Like that's his personality. He's not a leader. He never has been. Even when Snoke was around, he wasn't a leader. like he had the position of leader, but Snoke was always pulling the strings.
Okay.
Which ends up being Palpatine. Like Kylo Ren is not a true leader. He's perfectly a Sith because he's led by his emotions in every way.
Yes.
Right? Whether that's him leaning towards the light side of the Force and then wavering back towards the dark side of the Force, I think that makes him more Sith than just like being truly evil, right? Because he is fully led by his emotions.
So it's not, because I mean the Sith aren't actually evil,
right?
They're just the antithesis of the Force. So they desire power and
and they
are ruled by emotion. And emotion isn't always evil; it's just emotion, man.
Right. So I mean, if we're going by that definition, I feel like he was truly that.
Well, he's like Anakin, because Anakin wasn't just evil; Anakin was just ruled by his emotion.
Yeah.
What about Rey having Luke's lightsaber?
She had it at the end.
It got destroyed.
Did it?
It got destroyed.
I don't remember.
Yeah, remember they were both Force pulling it.
Yeah.
In the throne room, and then it.
I thought she picks it up at the end.
Kind of looks like it got destroyed.
I could have sworn she picked it up.
Kind of looks like it's fine now. Just saying. Well, because that's
okay. I'll have to rewatch that.
Okay, so let's talk about not only is Palpatine back, but Palpatine is Rey's grandfather.
Yes.
I know you like that because
I love it.
But
I love it.
Calling it.
No, I think it's great. I think I think it was gonna be too easy for her to be a Skywalker, and then you'd have a Luke and Leia.
Does she have to be anything? That's the thing. Does she have to be anything? I kind of liked it that she was unknown.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that.
Because then you really can kill off the Skywalkers.
Yeah.
And it's done, and you have a new. Because see, that's one of my big hangups with this movie.
Sure.
Right. Is that she's Palpatine's granddaughter, and that's why she has all this power, I guess, because he's so powerful.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I would honestly think that Ben Swallow is more powerful because his grandfather was made of midichlorians, right?
Maybe so is Palpatine.
Oh gosh. Oh, I guess. Oh, I don't even want to think about that because the whole thing here is that they are dual sides. That also is kind of that whole thing was dumb.
That did not bother me. The didact of the Force.
What does that mean?
So they were two halves of the same thing, which is why he was able to basically pass his spirit into her.
But what you're trying to tell me is that she was also wavering in her.
Yeah, she was 100% wavering. She
totally wavered. No, she only at the end when I never
when she did the Force lightning.
I never felt at any point in time in any of these movies, and maybe that's the problem is because it's not a cohesive arc.
But
for her.
in Last Jedi, she goes straight when she starts meditating. She goes straight to the dark side.
Does she though?
Yeah.
Or is that just Luke getting freaked out?
Oh, Luke's a little crybaby.
He's
still trying to get some power converters.
Like, is she really? But what I mean is, when you look at Ben, he is clearly struggling.
Sure.
With both.
Yeah.
I never saw her with the same struggle.
Maybe because she didn't know where she was coming from.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, her struggle was different because she didn't. Ben's struggle was one way because he was supposed to be something, and then he went the other way. But he was always felt like he was being pulled back to where he was. She was supposed to be nothing. So she's just she's like, hey, I'm like this space wizard, and
but am I supposed to do good?
What am I supposed to do? Right? So I feel like her wavering is different.
Okay.
But she absolutely wavered. Like, she didn't waver in Force Awakens very much. I mean, obviously there's a call to it that shows that she is a Palpatine. In the Last Jedi, she definitely wavers. The way she fights with her saber. Only Palpatine fights that way. In the Last Jedi, she when she's doing her meditation, she goes straight into the dark. And then in this one, she fully lets her anger get a hold of her, and she does Force lightning. The only reason why it's not as dramatic is because up to the very end, she doesn't know who she's supposed to be. She's just a desert rat. So there's nothing big pulling her one direction, outside of the fact that people are telling her, "Hey, BT Dubs, you're a Jedi. You're supposed to be good."
Okay,
and that's it.
Chewbacca should have died.
Agreed.
Right.
Agreed. 100%.
So there's a scene. If you've seen the movie, where Chewbacca's been captured by the First Order, or the Final Order, or the second to last order, or whatever.
The Final Order.
Whatever it is. Stupid. Anyway. And he's on a transport ship. Rey is trying to pull it with her force pull, and Kylo's trying to pull it with his force pull for some reason. And she accidentally shoots lightning through it and destroys the transport ship, which we thought had Chewbacca on it.
Yeah.
And everybody's super sad, and she feels like she messed up, and it pulls her even closer. But then he's alive.
Yeah.
And it kind of like undercuts that whole.
It did.
It really undercuts the emotion, and like that would have been a good.
Would have been a good send off.
It would have made me realize even more. It would have been a good send off. It would have made me realize even more that she is wavering, and that she now is like, oh, am I evil? Am I bad? Like, should I go that way? You know, I was good. I wish he would have stayed dead.
Yeah.
I like Chewbacca a lot.
Yeah, I think it's great that he finally got his medal. Yeah, but it's Han's medal, so it's not really his medal.
It's not even his medal.
Yeah.
What do you think about Lando?
Oh, that was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just glad it wasn't some weird Donald Glover
hybrid
kind of thing.
Billy D.
Yeah.
They didn't really talk about the Solo stuff. They didn't mention anything from there. I guess they didn't connect it that way.
No, they didn't have to show the fuzzy dice anymore. No, I thought Lando coming back was fine. I thought it was a little weird at the end when they're talking to the other apparently Force-aware stormtroopers. When he's talking to the female leader. I can't remember her name.
What are you talking about?
The very end. When after everyone's happy, the final order is gone, and he's sitting down talking to
the former stormtroopers.
The former stormtrooper, which apparently they're all Force aware because that's what Finn was trying to tell her, is that he's Force aware.
I know that, but does that mean they're all Force aware?
Remember, they have a conversation that they all felt the need to pull down their weapons at the same time.
Okay, here's the deal.
And so I'm gonna make the assumption that they're all Force aware. And Force aware stormtroopers are canon in the cartoon series.
Some of this movie was a little boring and slow.
Anyways,
I may have fallen asleep during it.
At the very end, he has a conversation with her.
Yes, and says, I now remember this.
And says, "So where are you from?"
Is that his daughter?
No.
Okay, that's just
They put the two black people in the movie together, and they gave them a scene.
Black people.
Sure.
John Boyega.
Yeah.
He's black.
Yeah.
Okay. Star Wars. So anyway, what were you saying?
I thought it was a little weird, that scene where he's like, "Where are you from?" She's like, "I don't know." He's like, "Well, let's go find out."
You think he's gonna like back on her? Is that like he's hitting on her because he's Billy D. Williams, right? I mean, because he's Lando.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the thing I really hated about this movie.
Oh gosh.
Because the movie. Here's the deal.
Yeah.
The movie was not bad.
Yeah.
I liked the movie. I don't hate the movie.
Yeah.
For me, it was a letdown only because it reminds me of Batman versus Superman.
Okay.
What I meant to say was Justice League. Sorry.
I threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Okay.
Sure.
So here's the thing. Batman versus Superman was a garbagey film.
Yes.
Terrible.
Yeah.
When they made
Why did you say that name?
When they made Justice League, they retconned a lot of stuff from Batman versus Superman.
Yes.
Right? They changed a lot of things. And they didn't go with the same tone or the arc or anything they were going to originally do.
Because they brought in Whedon.
Yes, correct. Point being is, it seemed like a disjointed film to me. I didn't like, as much as I didn't like Batman vs. Superman, I wish they had continued with it in Justice League, because at least that would have made sense and I could be okay with it. My problem with this movie is that it feels like it's trying to undo a lot of things that Last Jedi did, and I think they could continue with what. And now, you said some of the things they did couldn't happen without Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But I do feel like there's certain things, like, for instance, Luke catching the saber and saying, "Oh, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't get rid of that," even though he tossed it, and it's like a callback to that.
Yeah, but now he's a Force ghost. He's elevated.
What do you mean he's elevated?
He's dead. Like, he's seen other things. He went to the big Force dude in the sky and was like, "Hey, you were a jerk." He's like, "Yeah, I know, but I did some good." And he was like, "Yeah, but you're kind of a jerk." And he's like, "Yeah, you're right."
Anyway, but what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? Like, bring back the helmet. Like, all the things they did in Last Jedi, they kind of said, "Well, that's." But
what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
I don't know. Just use what you got. Just stick with what you got, and
but they
build from that.
Okay. But
here's what they got, and they changed a bunch of stuff though.
Here's my counterpoint to that.
Okay.
I don't feel like they retconned a lot. I feel like they actually used what they had and and created a story that actually fit in tone with what Last Jedi did. I don't know if our streaming is down, but anyways, so like the being in two different places but having that Force connection, they wouldn't have been. I thought they built upon that really well in this movie. What they did with Last Jedi, and then how they translated it here. What else was there?
Good job.
No, showing Leia training to be a Jedi, I thought that was done really well. Her face looked a little weird, the mask, because they're doing their weird CG things. And then just how they continue to expand about how the Force has other abilities than we've seen in the other 7 movies. I thought they continued to do that really well. I don't really think they retconned a lot of stuff.
Well,
I think they maybe they continued down some decisions that were made. I mean, with his helmet and everything like that. But I think that adds more to the fact that he was still wavering. He's going back and forth the entire time. He's going back and forth.
Unstable.
He's completely unstable. I mean, the dude's a sociopath.
Then why am I rooting for this guy? See, that's the problem.
Because he's a great villain.
But he's not. No, he's not. I don't really think he's a great villain either.
I thought he was.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really. It didn't work. It did not work for me in this movie.
I don't know. I think he was good.
Okay, so at the end,
yeah,
she is asked by someone in the town of Tatooine's farm plains, whatever.
Yeah,
what her name is for some weird reason.
At the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she gives the Skywalker name.
Yes.
Instead of Palpatine.
Yeah.
Did not like that. I know it might be a throwaway, but
the only reason why I didn't like it is because I wanted there to be a true end to the Skywalker line.
And I mean, I guess the whole thing is that there is an end because Ben dies.
Yeah.
Which didn't have a problem with that.
Like the true bloodline of Skywalker is dead.
Yes.
Right. She is carrying the essence of. I thought they were going to do that. Like I thought, like as he was putting his hand on her, he was like, "I'm gonna put a baby inside you." She is carrying his spirit
because
she took his entire like life essence, life force, whatever, in order for her to come back to life. Which
is that what happened?
Yeah,
I didn't realize.
Yeah, so she mentions in when she's doing healing to the snake thing that she shared some of her life force with the snake in order to heal it, and so Ben had to share everything in order for her to come back to life, which does close out the storyline of Anakin trying to learn how to bring people back to life.
That's it.
It does, because if you take a big assumption.
No, I don't. No. Wait.
That's how they figured it out. That's how they figured it out.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's how they figured it out.
No,
it 100%.
I'm gonna disagree. That's not
on
true.
What basis?
Because it doesn't make
lawyer.
That doesn't make any sense. Like
it certainly does.
Off, it's not.
He was able to bring someone back to life,
but she wasn't even dead.
She was totally dead.
She was dying. She wasn't even dead yet.
Were you there? Did you put a hand?
I saw it. I saw her. She was breathing. Still.
That's just bad acting.
I saw her pulse. Well, it's too bad. It's too bad. I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's nitpicky stuff.
It is nitpicky stuff. And that's what
well, okay. So I think that's the problem. Is it's not like I had a big problem with certain elements of the movie necessarily. Other than the things, honestly, like the changes they made. It's maybe they're not actually changes, and maybe it's just we don't know enough information. But it feels like changes because a lot of people were the things that people were vocally complaining about were the things they kind of tied up.
Yeah, sure, I'll give you that.
You know what I'm saying? So that's coincidence in Hollywood? Probably not.
Yeah.
Cool. I said, hey, just live with what you did and just build upon it. Keep the stuff you did and rest. That's good. Okay. But it's the tone and the overall feel of the movie I wasn't on board for.
See, I had a lot of fun watching this movie. And I maybe
I have to watch it again. I don't know.
I just rewatched, and Jose and I were at a party at a friend's house, and I was getting a lot of hate for this. A New Hope is boring. A New Hope is straight up boring. No, it is boring.
That's not true.
Compared to all the other movies, I'm sorry, you nostalgia freaks, it is boring. You can at me, I don't care. It's boring. It's a boring movie. I took my kids through the entirety of all of them. They went and saw episode 9 with me and Holly at the opening. And they loved episode 9. They loved episode 8. They love episode 7. They love all of them except for episode 4 because it's a snooze fest. The lightsaber fights are super lame. The last thing that they do is blow up the Death Star by a convenient hole that is left for them, which they tied up in Rogue One.
No,
I'll give you that.
They didn't need to tie it up. They didn't need to tie it up. It's not a tied up
It's a
thing.
boring movie. I'm
Why
sorry.
Is it boring at all?
It's boring.
No, it's interesting.
Boring. Snooze fest.
It's a space western.
Right. And honestly, that's the whole reason why I didn't like the first few episodes of Mandalorian.
Because it's space western.
Yeah.
They're all westerns.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you
episode 4 is boring.
Okay, whatever.
Jar Jar is a Sith.
So I'm gonna quickly we're gonna do a little bit of ranking, but
Yeah.
not all of them because it's overplayed.
Yeah.
Okay. Top 3.
Yeah.
Star Wars films. We know yours is this dumb film.
Rise of Skywalker, Last Jedi, Empire Strikes Back.
So such a weird. Okay. I'm gonna go with Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith. And Last Jedi.
Revenge of the Sith would be 4th, and the only reason why it's not
It's because it's
higher up is because it is a not great movie up until the last portion of it.
It's a great movie. What are you talking about?
It has Hayden Christensen in it.
Dude, okay, look, have you ever seen Life is a House? I know I bring it up every single time Hayden Christensen is brought up, but Life is a House is a great movie. Hayden Christensen is not a bad actor. He was just given, it was not good. It was not good for him to play that role. How about that? It's a bad role.
Yeah.
Also, Natalie Portman is an amazing actress. And in that movie, she was terrible in all of those movies.
Yeah.
She's not good.
And she's kind of a creeper.
Because he's a young little boy. She's very old.
Like, there's a 7-year age difference between me and Holly, right? But she always told me that if she had met me as a kid, when she was either in college or in high school, she would not have married me. Natalie Portman don't care. She's like, "What's up, little boy? How you doing? You can come show me your lightsaber."
Well, anyway, no, it was a good movie.
I genuinely enjoyed it. I think people are.
I'm talking about Revenge of the Sith.
No.
This movie is not even on the top 5, and it wasn't a bad. It's not a bad film, right? It's not bad.
I think we actually have somebody calling.
Oh really? Oh no,
Yeah.
Someone's calling in.
Hello. Hello.
Hey there, is this the podcast?
Yeah,
This is a podcast.
I'm calling in just because I had a question that I wanted y'all to talk about.
What's
Go
that?
for it, man.
So, I feel like Richard is often opposite of the majority in what he likes. All right? It seems to be based...
What's your name, buddy?
My name's John.
John, I just want to say something real quick. His favorite comedy is The Cable Guy.
Right. So this is my question, right? In my discussions with Richard, he seems to be opposite of the majority in terms of what they like and what he likes, right? As an example, he loves The Last Jedi. All right? And I'm not saying it's totally awful, but there are some objectively bad parts of it. So what I'd ask, I know you're doing some ranking, is you can rank them top 3 based on what you like, but what are your top 3 in terms of what you think are the best made Star Wars films objectively? Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, thanks. I'll keep listening.
No problem. Thanks, John. Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it. Thanks
Bye,
for
John.
listening.
Bye.
Okay, that was great. Remember, Rick is.
I've been told that I'm quite the contrarian.
I also really like Last Jedi, and it has flaws, but I like what they tried to do.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Okay, so if I'm gonna rank them objectively without just putting me into it,
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back is the best
Sure.
story film
Yeah.
in the series.
Yeah.
Rogue One is number 2.
I'll agree with that.
Because that is a solid, awesome film.
Yeah.
I want to say Last Jedi number 3, only because I like what they were trying to do film wise, and
it was so different.
It was so different.
It was so different after everyone complained about The Force Awakens
Yeah.
being too much like A New Hope.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say that's my 3.
I'm not going to disagree with that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to disagree.
Empire
with that.
Strikes Back is a well-made film,
Yeah.
and you can watch. Like I could watch it over and over and over again and really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi. You know what? Episode 4, New Hope. It's not that it's boring, but It's not as exciting.
Maybe I'm being a little extreme
It's
when
not
I
as
say
exciting.
it's not.
It's not as exciting.
It's really not.
It's a story. It's the first story that's building up. That's why Force Awakens isn't as exciting as these other two movies, though.
And the argument that was posed to me when I was explaining my taste on Episode 4 was it was a different time, right? Something like this never really been done, and it was completely different. When I look back as the original trilogy, it is definitely my least favorite. Like 100% my least favorite. Return of the Jedi used to be my favorite.
Okay, so you're telling me that your least favorite movie, and I know we've already talked about this, but I just want everybody to know this. It's Episode 1 is not your least favorite?
No. You mean Episode 4?
1. Episode 1. The Phantom Menace. Because that movie, I've seen that movie twice.
Yeah, I'm going to say I like Episode 4 less than I like Episode 1.
That's insane. Okay? You're insane. That movie is hot garbage.
Firstly, I don't mind Jar Jar.
Secondly, Jar Jar is terrible.
Secondly,
okay,
secondly,
hold on. No. Stop, Rick. Stop. I'm telling you right now. Stop. Okay? Are you trying to tell me that you don't mind Jar Jar? Like, you think it's funny and you're going with the character? Or do you think he's actually a good character in a movie?
No, I just don't have a problem with him.
He's trash. He's straight trash. No redeeming qualities whatsoever.
I don't have a problem with
him. In fact, he causes the collapse of the whole Republic.
I don't disagree. I just don't have a problem with him.
Worse.
You know why? Because he's a fictional character in a space movie that doesn't actually exist.
But as a character,
with space wizards,
he brings zero value. He brings as much value as Snoke.
Sure.
Because Jar Jar is Snoke.
Yeah, because Jar Jar is Snoke.
So I hope we answered your question, John. Hey, John, why don't you send us an email and let us know your top 3, man, for sure. You can send us an email at itsgoingtogetstupid@gmail.com.
You can tweet us at IGTGS Show.
You can hit us up on Facebook, facebook.com/itsgoingtogetstupid.
You can find us on Instagram at It's Gonna Get Stupid.
You can watch us on YouTube, like John is right now.
Yeah.
YouTube.com. It's Going to Get Stupid podcast. Just search it up and you'll find us.
Yeah, and then sometimes you can find us on Twitch playing Apex, moderately okay to bad, at twitch.tv/It's Going to Get Stupid.
All right, give us a call. Email. Give us a call. 281-698-7538.
Yeah.
If we're not live, leave a voicemail and we'll read it on the air.
Yeah.
Or you can visit our website, www.itsgoingtogetstupid.
And listen to the previous 73 episodes.
There's 3 W's, not just 2. Okay. So I think we've talked about Star Wars. Obviously, Rick loved this movie.
I did.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
But it's not my favorite.
I also love the yellow lightsaber, even though I hate yellow.
Oh, at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, that lightsaber's stupid, and the double lightsaber, the double-bladed thing was dumb too. I was like, whatever. Let's talk about. I really want to talk about Mandalorian, but we're not going to.
We can. I just finished it. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Mandalorian quick.
Yeah.
Because we're already Star Wars kick.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Freaking Darksaber.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Okay, so
if you haven't seen Chapter 8, we're gonna spoil it. Because I just did.
I don't want to spoil too much about. I don't want to spoil Mandalorian because I think it's a good experience.
My apologies.
Right? But I do want to say something because I've been watching the show since it came out.
Because I loved it.
Every single episode. I've really enjoyed it.
Not.
It reminds me of Kung Fu: The Legend Continues.
Sure.
With David Carradine, where it's just like a single story every time. There's something going on in the background, but really it's just like a cool. He gets into an adventure and then he gets out and then he goes on to the next thing. Rick did not like it.
Did not. The first episode. I was like, why am I even turned to Holly while we were watching it, and luckily she agreed with me. I was like, I'm not sure why I'm supposed to care about this character yet. And I didn't.
No, I
100% didn't. And I get it.
I agree with you, actually.
It wasn't until the very end of the episode where they reveal that, the package he's delivering is Baby Yoda, or a Baby Yoda species creature, that I actually cared about it. And it was even like halfway into the second episode, I was like, okay, I can see where this is going. That first episode, again, I am the contrarian. I accept it. I know this. I don't like Firefly, the series.
Well,
I've
be
tried.
Honest, you haven't even watched it all, but
I've tried to make it through the series at least 3 times. I fall asleep towards the 4th episode every single time. Anyways, it reminded me a lot of Firefly, and because it has that slow Western in space vibe, right? There's a war that's going on. People are displaced because of it, and then you have this character that you're supposed to be following, and he meets up with these other characters and kind of builds
they get
upon
into
that.
some hijinks.
They get into some
and then they
hijinks,
get out.
right? What I do like about this is I feel like there's a more cohesive story than there was compared to Firefly.
No, but okay.
Sure, I can be wrong. I can be wrong on that because I haven't watched the entire thing. Yeah,
you watched them out of order because they're out of order.
No.
Did you watch them in the right order?
I watched them in the right
order. What are you talking about? There's definitely. But how can you say there's no cohesive? Okay, look. If you had Rick, hold on. If you had watched 3 episodes of The Mandalorian, would you say there's a cohesive story there? No, there is no cohesive story. It doesn't happen until you watch all 8 episodes.
I'm willing to concede that I haven't given it the best shot.
Well, I mean, if you're going to fall asleep, I don't expect you to watch. I'm just saying.
But all I can say is that I've tried several times, and it doesn't hook me into it. Like, a lot of people get hooked into things really fast.
Obviously, if the reason this is even kept you going is because it's Star Wars.
Yeah, 100%.
If it wasn't Star Wars, you'd be like, I'm done with this garbage right now because I don't care about any of this.
100%.
Yeah, and I get that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It did hook me. It did finally hook me. I'm glad to see Gina Carano back in. She's, I enjoyed her as an MMA fighter. She was quite the pioneer in that industry. And then when she left, she tried her hand at acting. She took some really questionable roles. Like that.
We're gonna make you the new Jean-Claude Van Damme.
And there was that Haywire with
that's
her and Michael Fassbender. That movie was trash entirely, and she was the trashiest part of that movie. But I'm glad to see. Like, I feel like this suits her really well at this part of her career, and her as an actress. I feel like this character that she's playing suits her really well and suits her style of acting really well. So I'm happy to see her doing that. I still don't super care about Mando.
Jin.
I was about to use his real name.
Whoops.
Yeah. I don't super care about Mando. And that's fine.
I don't think you're supposed to.
And that's where I was going with that. I don't think you're supposed to.
No.
I care about the world that they've created that he's in. I don't want to spoil this. I don't super care about him.
We're gonna have to stop talking about
this.
I want to spoil this. I think it was really for a first series on Disney Plus. Yeah, amazing because a lot of first series on a lot of streaming things are crap.
100%. And also, I think it's interesting that they release. So in episode 7, there's something that happens with Baby Yoda.
It's a new force power.
It's a new force power, right? They released it. So the episodes have been released on Fridays every week. They released that episode on Wednesday because Rise of Skywalker was coming on Thursday,
and they wanted to have
they wanted
basis for what they did in the movie.
So I like how they're continuing that part. I also appreciate. Dang it, I don't want to talk about this part of episode 8.
Don't just if you haven't watched. Anyways, if you're on the fence about Mandalorian because you're just like Star Wars overload,
check it out.
Even if you don't like Star Wars, I feel you can hook you in because I've had a lot of people that aren't big Star Wars fans, but they love the Mandalorian. Yeah, it's a different thing. It's more space westerny, more adventure, and it's got some really good. Some really good scenes, and you don't have to like watch them in a row because they just kind of go from episode to episode. I mean, I don't want to say you can't.
No. I actually disagree with that. You do have to watch them in sequence because time, the way time is played out in the episode,
the jump.
There's significant jumps in it.
I don't mean you can watch them all out of episode. What I'm saying is you don't have to like. It's not just that consumable kind of thing. You can sit and watch a little bit. Like you don't have to memorize so much from the past episodes.
No, you definitely don't.
That's what I'm kind of saying, right? Because like I feel like some things, like Stranger Things. Yeah. I gotta binge that almost because I gotta know what's going on in each episode, and that's maybe a bad example. But there are some things where you really rely on the last episode. There may be a couple things, Rick, but overall, I don't think it's that critical. The last couple episodes may be more than the other ones.
I would say that's fair to say about the first 5, and then after maybe first 4. The first 4, it's kind of like, okay, these are like individual like novellas in between each. It's after he does the job with the space prison. Okay. After that, then it's like, okay,
they're all cohesive.
They're all connected.
I'll give you that. Yeah. But anyway, if you're on the fence, watch it. It's good. Yeah. It is good. And watch all 8 episodes. You fall asleep during one. Yeah. Okay. So let's jump into quickly the last thing we watched.
Yeah. For me, we actually just watched it last night. It was a little movie called Free Fire. I want to say it takes place in the 70s.
It does.
Its cast was Brie Larson, Cillian Murphy, and a bunch of. Do you have it up?
Not yet.
Okay,
but I can.
But a bunch of other people, and basically Brie Larson. And Armie Hammer.
Yeah, Armie Hammer.
Because they keep trying to make Armie Hammer happen.
They really put him in a lot of stuff, and I'm like, dude, just leave Armie Hammer alone.
I don't know whose nephew he is or whatever, but they keep trying to make him happen. Just like what's his face, Scott Speedman. I feel like
not anymore.
Yeah, they gave up on Scott Speedman. They were trying real hard
after Underworld.
Yeah, no, I think he was in the second XXX movie.
No, but that's what I mean. Like after Underworld kind of like fizzled, he's like, okay, it's not gonna work. Let's get rid of this guy. Charlton Copley. He's the guy. He's the South African guy.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, Cillian Murphy is buying guns from the South African guy. I'm not going to try to pronounce his name.
Charlton Copley.
Yeah. And Brie Larson is the person that connects them.
Okay.
So she's there as kind of like a liaison between the two people. They try to make the gun purchase. The movie takes place literally within like an hour and a half. The gun deal goes down, something goes wrong, and it's a really good shoot 'em up movie. It was a lot of fun to watch. There's some good like funny, like it's hard to say, like there's some good funny parts when like people are shooting at each other. But it was done really well. It's not like a heavy investment that you have to like really like think about or dig into. It's a quick 90-minute movie, and it feels really well paced. Cinematography was great, and you got to give it to the actors because once the shooting starts, they all pretty much get shot in the leg at one point, and none of them can walk at this point. They either hobble from spot to spot, or they're like literally laying on the ground and crawling on the ground, trying to move around this warehouse the entire movie. So for like a solid hour, they're just
people on the ground.
It's just people on the ground.
Like when you described this movie to me, I was like, why would I ever want to watch this? But I'm pretty sure it's good.
It's done really well, and you would think that would get in the way of it, but the way it's handled, as much as I want to say, like it was kind of realistic in that sense. I don't know where. I will say the one complaint I have is they seem to have an unlimited amount of ammo in their jacket pockets.
Yeah, that's a shoot 'em up, right? Unlimited ammo. Ammo's cheap.
I mean, people are using revolvers, and it's like I don't know where you're getting all this ammo from. But it was a really funny movie. Like it was a good movie just to kind of watch.
I mentioned Smoking Aces, and he's like, yeah. I wouldn't say that that's the same kind of movie.
No. But it was kind of like each character has their own little story.
Okay.
And they're all there for different reasons, and you kind of start to figure out like who's connected to who by the time the movie ends, right? And it all kind of you're presented with the story, and then it tidies itself up by the end of it. So you're not left wondering like what happened to this person, who is that person, whatever. You kind of know enough about everyone that was involved in this little slice of life to be satisfied with how it ends. So
awesome. Yeah, I'll have to check it out because I remember. Because the crazy thing is, like, this movie got no press.
Yeah,
I saw a little like a blurb at one point. I was like, oh, that's Brie Larson's movie. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
And Cillian Murphy. I was like, oh, this looks like a good movie. And I never heard anything else about it again. Watched it because I didn't think about it. So the last movie I watched was I finally completed the Quentin Tarantino Film Festival and watched
the 9th movie from Quentin Tarantino.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Shot in 75 millimeter.
We know how much Rick hates Quentin Tarantino. Okay.
I'm just over it.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. This movie takes place in some time in the past. I don't care.
But it's an alternate reality.
I will also say, just it's like Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
And, a little revisionist history. It's fine.
Yeah.
I did watch this movie in 3 sittings because I do not have time to always watch a movie.
Well, it's like 3 hours long, isn't it?
No, it's like 2 something. Yeah. It's not that long, but I didn't have the time. So I watched it every little, 30 minutes
chunks
here, hour here kind of thing. I don't know if that affected my viewing, but this movie was slow.
Yeah.
Very slow.
Yeah.
Heavy dialogue.
Okay.
Except
for Margot Robbie's character. Which I don't even care about.
Heavy dialogue.
I just bring that up because
for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours. of dialogue.
Just like people talking?
Yeah.
Like with
Oh,
no
yeah.
action happening?
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
So the opposite of Kill Bill.
Yeah, it was like, it was almost. I mean, because like when I watched Inglourious Bastard,
Yeah.
it was honestly this movie and the last movie he made was the Western movie. What was that?
Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
Similar. Not a lot of action in that
Yeah.
movie either. But I like that one maybe because it was a Western. I like Westerns.
Okay.
And it was interesting.
Yep.
This one, solid performance by Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
Like amazing performance.
Not unexpected.
Honestly. Really good. Brad Pitt, it was okay.
Do you feel like he's fizzling out?
No, I just think that this role was not. It was not a Pitt role. It's not a Brad Pitt role.
Do you feel like he's at that point in his career where he doesn't know which roles to take anymore?
I haven't seen any. Honestly, I haven't remember seeing him in a movie in a long time.
Yeah, I was just trying to think.
I was trying to think of the last movie I saw him in. I don't even remember.
I want to watch Ad Astra, but I heard it was boring.
Really? See, I don't want to watch another boring movie. So the problem with this is that the action takes place in the last couple minutes, and it's the revisionist part of history.
Yeah.
Which was interesting, but here's my biggest problem with this movie, other than it being a little boring at times. Some of the dialogue is really good because Quentin's very good at dialogue.
Sure.
Very good at dialogue.
It's kind of like Andrew Sorkin.
Yeah. Aaron Sorkin?
Aaron Sorkin.
Andrew Sorkin is Aaron's older brother?
I knew I said it wrong.
That's okay.
As I said it, and then my brain stopped working.
But in this movie, there wasn't a lot of dialogue.
You're just talking.
It was weird. It was just weird for me, and I didn't think it was like the same. And people love this movie.
Yeah.
And I guess it wasn't anyway. As far as like if you compare it to like some other movies, yeah, this is an amazing film, but I'm comparing it to other Tarantino films.
Okay.
And it's not as good as the other films.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking about like Jackie Brown, Pulp Fiction, Inglourious Bastards, right? Kill Bill. All very different, varied movies.
Yeah.
Even Django Unchained. Love that movie. So there is a lot of violence toward women in this movie in those 10 minutes. And like very gratuitous.
Yeah.
Like just I can't even think of the word, and it really made me like turn away.
Yeah.
I didn't want to watch the movie anymore. It was at the end of the movie, so it left that taste. You know what I mean? So I just don't, and I know that Quentin doesn't care about that stuff, and he's not trying to do anything. I don't know. Maybe he has a complex, and he just really wants to see women destroyed. I don't know. So I didn't like that, and I was kind of like, it turned me off of the whole movie. It really did. It really bothered me.
I mean, is that too far from reality? I mean, all I'm saying is like when you take no, I'm not gonna go that far.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if there's any other times. For this movie, it really just kind of threw me out, and it was the end, so I was like, okay. It was just
revisionist history is weird to me because
when it happened, I was like, oh, okay, this is happening now. Cool.
Yeah, it's weird to me because it's like it's the fantasy that you have in your head of how it could have played out or whatever, and I don't know. It's hard to that line gets blurry of like, is this how I wish it would have happened? Or
I liked it in Inglourious Bastards a lot.
Yeah,
because it was unexpected and funny.
Right.
This one was not the same kind of revisionist history,
but it didn't have the funny aspect to it, right?
Like, it was definitely not funny.
Yeah, at
all. It was. I think it was supposed to be kind of like over the top.
Yeah,
but it was just really. I don't
icky.
know. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you guys think, honestly, because I don't.
I have no desire to ever see it.
I know you're not gonna see the dang movie.
I probably will watch The Joker, just because I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't want to give DC any more money, but I'm
gonna
watch Wonder Woman.
I am gonna watch Batman when it comes out. Matt Reeves Batman.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait a minute. What's his name?
Robert Pattinson.
No, Edward.
Yeah. Robert Pattinson.
Nah, his name's Edward.
Robert
Pattinson. Not Robert Pattinson anymore.
He is a good actor. And he is going to be in Tenet.
And on that
Tenet looks amazing.
On that note, you can reach us at I'm flustered.
He was really good.
It's going to get.
He was really good
gmail.com.
in that movie where you don't realize he's standing in the World Trade Center until the very end.
Instagram at It's Going to Get Stupid.
He hates the fact that he played a sparkly vampire just as much as we do.
It's Going to Get Stupid podcast. Search it up.
And he was great in Dunkirk.
Twitch, It's Going to Get Stupid. www.itsgoingtogetstupid.com. Call us 281-698-7538.
He is a joy and a delight, sir.
I'm done with this. Anyway, Happy New Year, everybody. Until next time, whenever that may be. This has been your favorite pop culture podcast.
Because it's the only one you should be listening to.
It is the only one you should be watching and listening to.
Yeah.
Everyone else is dumb and has no idea. They probably loved Rise of Skywalker. This is probably their number one film. It's probably their number one film ever.
Okay, like of all time?
Like
of
the
all
best
time?
film ever.
I will not say of all time.
It's like great. It's like, Citizen Kane, no. Rise of Skywalker is the best. Anyway.
We all know Cable Guy is the best.
Happy New Year, everybody.